Amy is with us in Dallas, Texas. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I inherited a leased vehicle in an unexpected divorce. So at what point does it make sense for me to finish out the lease payments and then purchase the vehicle at the end of the lease?
Oh, wow, what a mess.
It is a mess.
How much is left on the lease? How long? How much length? How many months?
$26,885 to buy it out today. I have 32 months at $477 a month, and if I turn it in today, I'm upside down $98.55.
You're upside down by the dealer's equation?
Yes.
Okay, so that's at
because
wholesale.
I went to CarMax and got a bid, and they'll only give me 17. So if I turn it in by Friday,
okay, but the CarMax bid is obviously a wholesale bid, and so that means you're probably in the hole more like 6,000. Okay, maybe 7,000, something like that. Okay, and you inherited this. Is it in your name?
It is now. It was ordered that I had to pay it off, and I didn't have the money to pay it off when the divorce went through, so they put it into my name. And I assume
who put it into your name?
The leasing agency.
Oh,
it's a third-party leasing agency. It's not directly with the lease dealer.
Right. And so they took your ex-husband off the lease and put you on it.
Yes.
To release him per the divorce decree. Okay. Highly unusual, but interesting. All right. So what is your income?
My income with child support is only at the moment $1,900 a month. I live with my parents with my two girls. Good Lord. Yeah.
Okay. How do you end up with this car? You must have a really bad lawyer.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, bottom line is $1,900 from now, which is $477 times 32. I didn't do that right. No, that's $15,000. I'm sorry. $15,000 if you keep the car. What condition is your credit in?
Fantastic. I have an 800 score.
Okay. And how much other debt?
So what the leasing agency said to me was we could roll some of that into a new car. And as soon as they said, how much can you afford per month, I was like, Dave Ramsey said, don't do that.
Yeah, that doesn't help you, okay?
Yeah.
Let's pretend that you sold the car today, not for $17,000 to CarMax, but to an individual for $19,000, okay?
Okay.
And you borrowed the difference from your local credit union.
Okay.
Okay. There's two options, or there's three options here. Option number one is you pay $477 times 32, which is $15,000 to keep the car till the end of the lease, and then buy the car at the end of the lease. You can't afford this car.
I know.
At any point in this, so keeping the car doesn't make sense on a monthly basis. $477 as a percentage of your income is nuts. And keeping the car long-term doesn't make sense. Why
does it not make sense long-term?
Because you can't afford it.
Right, yes, okay.
It's a ridiculous amount of money given your income. And so what I would rather you have is a very, very inexpensive car, a hoopty, $2,000 or $3,000 car, and a small loan of $6,000 or $7,000 to cover the difference on this.
Okay.
That's going to put you way ahead of where you are now, or way ahead of where you would be if you kept the car till the end of the lease and tried to buy it out. So what I would start working on is a local bank or local credit union loan, unsecured loan, for the difference of what the car will actually sell for, not to a dealer. We're not in desperation mode yet. You drive it and pay the payments for a little while, and let's just try to get it sold for more than CarMax will give you for it. And it's not that CarMax is evil. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just in the business of selling cars for a profit, which means they have to buy them in wholesale and sell them for retail. I want you instead to sell it to, go on Kelley Blue Book, KBB.com, and look at private sale price, and I think you'll see that I'm right, that this is it's a couple grand more than CarMax is offering you probably. What kind of car is this?
Okay. It's a Lexus ES 300 hybrid.
Okay, good. It'll sell then. Okay. So you just put it on like Craigslist or something like that, and start at Auto Trader, that kind of thing, and start selling it to an individual, and let an individual buy it cheaper than they can buy it from a dealer, but a whole lot more than a dealer will give you for it.
Okay.
And then you have to have a loan for the difference to get out of this. But instead of $26,885 debt, then you got a $6,000 debt. That just sounds a lot better in your situation to me.
Yes, and my tax return will actually cover, if it's only $6,000 or $7,000, then my tax return can cover that, and I won't have to take out a loan.
Okay. Cool. So you're getting a tax return of $6,000?
Yeah.
I thought you said you made $1,900 a month.
I did. The tax credits.
Tax credits, okay. Yeah, wow. Wow. How many kids have you got?
2.
Okay. How old are you?
45.
Okay.
I've been a stay-at-home mom forever, and so I'm trying to get out and restart life.
Yeah, you got to reset for sure. You have a new normal. Yeah. I'm so
sorry. Okay, God is good. He's in the details.
Oh, he is in the details. You're fighting through it. You're a warrior, kiddo. Well, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would dump this car and or sell it. I wouldn't dump it, but I would sell it, and I'd rather you have that, use your tax return for that, and then let's get you a little get-around car, and then when you get yourself reinvented and your income comes on up, because it's going to, 1 year from today, life looks completely different than it does today. You know that.
Yeah.
And so once you get this career path going and you get plugged back in, your income's going to double pretty quick, probably, and as it does, then you can move up in car for cash as you go along. Is this the only debt you inherited in this mess?
I have a house in another state, and it's got a renter in it, so it's paying for itself right now. And the extra money that comes from that rent is going. I have 6 months set aside in case the renter's not there.
You have 6 months, so you've got the cash there too.
Yes, I technically could.
Yeah, you technically could buy a car.
I did your Financial Peace University, so I didn't want to touch that because I wanted to have the 6 months towards if a renter's not there, so I don't lose that house.
I completely agree with that, and then I completely agree with selling that house as soon as that lease is up. But in the interim, if you need $2,000 of that money to buy you a car or something, then rather than some of these other things we're talking about, that gets you out of this and get you going in the other direction. Yeah, unless you're moving into that house, you need to sell it at the end of that lease. And so, good. Well, that's some extra cash laying there, too. So you got 2 ways to get out of this, money-wise, and I don't want you to drain that dry and leave yourself vulnerable permanently. But right now, you're pretty vulnerable with a $26,885 car debt. So we got to clear that by getting it sold, covering the difference. Let's sell it for as much as we can possibly sell it for, and get you a little paid-for car, and we'll restart life. Hey, thanks for the call. I'm sorry you're going through this. Wow, what a mess. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.